I'm going to show a picture of our beautiful pet Kiki and maybe Pops too. I'm going to call this Everything You Don't Need to Know About Manifesting, one lesson. Michelle and I, my wife, have been doing videos now for about a year and a half. And we're just trying to reach people and encourage people. And we write inspirational music. And the thing is, we just want everybody to understand that you can change your life. You truly can. And the main thing that stops us, I think, is trying too hard. Because when you want something so bad and you keep trying to trick your mind into being happy and trick your mind into believing you have it, you don't even have to believe you have it to get it. You don't. You really don't. Um, been watching this channel, Imperfect on Purpose. Her name's Renee, and she's been really inspiring me to, you know, uh, in a lot of different ways. She's got a great channel, so check her out. And I feel we're being authentic. If you don't think we're being authentic, please tell me. But everything I've told you guys is true. I am, I, my wife Michelle and I have changed our lives in unbelievable ways several times. You know what? And a lot of them were before we even knew about the law of attraction. We just locked into something and just knew it was going to happen. Took some steps towards it, even if we couldn't afford it or didn't know how it was going to happen. We just started taking steps toward it. That's important. Start taking steps toward what you want, even if it looks impossible right now. Don't, your mind doesn't know the difference. Here's the thing, too. You don't have to believe it. Your mind doesn't know the difference between fantasy and reality, if you want to call it that. It's not fantasy. Our imaginations aren't fantasy. Our imaginations actually are the creative power of God working through us. And I know you heard me say that a million times. The thing is you gotta relax with it and just believe that it's possible and not act like it's like some unattainable goal that if it happens you're going to start doing somersaults and cartwheels across the lawn. Just make it as normal and natural as you can. Like, sure, that's going to happen. Sure, that could happen. Yeah, I am getting better every day. uh, God's healing anything in my body right now is being healed and removed and dissolved as I speak. It's gone. Just say things like, I had cardiomyopathy when I was younger. I don't have it anymore. At 36, I was diagnosed with that. And I am now 64 and I don't have it. And I got rid of it before I knew about the law of attraction. You know why? Because the law of attraction is working all the time. It's working all the time. It doesn't matter the technique, it doesn't matter. It just matters if you trust and believe in the universe and God and source and yourself. It's it's it seems so tricky, and I see why, because it's kind of a weird balance beam to walk. Yeah, you kind of feel like you're in the Olympics, or on a high wire, whatever, in the circus. But yeah, it's it's possible. Like anything's possible. And the more your brain is relaxed with the thought of it, because the whole thing is this: we were brought up and our brain is not on our side. Our brain is in survival mode. Our brain wants us to survive. So if we're not used to having a lot of money, then your brain will think a lot of money can mean problems. That's not normal. And your brain will actually block you from thinking of ways or noticing opportunities that come your way because it thinks it's keeping you safe. That's all our brain is there for, is to keep us safe and to keep us to survive, survival mode. And to it, the only thing it's okay with is familiarity. So if something's familiar, then it feels comfortable with it. And if it's not something you normally would do, why do you think you go to a restaurant, you have your favorite dish, right? You go to a coffee place, you get your favorite coffee. You know, maybe you vacation at a certain, you know what? When I was growing up, my family used to vacation at Cedar Point every summer. We would go up there and rent a hotel like right there on the beach and stay for 4 or 5 days. That was our comfortable zone. We could stay there and we felt safe and comfortable and it was fun and it was nice, but it was the same thing every year because it was safe. It was familiar. I live in Thailand now. I never thought about Thailand in my life before I moved here. My wife and I got so fed up with how our lives were going. We literally were like, we're going to sell our house and we're going to move somewhere. We looked at Ecuador, we looked at Spain, Uruguay, lots of different places. And then Thailand. And then we Phuket, Thailand. It's an island. It's like living in Hawaii for 1/3 of the price. And out of nowhere, we sold our house. And then we had enough money, and then we got our visas. We had to wait for the visas, and we got on a plane and we flew over here, man. And it was like it was crazy. I never even thought about, other than the fact that Thailand had that tsunami in 2004. You know what? They are so not a political country here that you don't really hear much about them. I never really thought about Thailand. I had no idea how beautiful it is. And I told my wife, I go, look at Thailand, check this out. And she liked it. And I was like, look, let's sell the house. We'll go there and we'll stay there a few months. And if we like it, we'll stay. And if we don't, we'll fly back home or we'll find somewhere else to go. We just didn't want to keep living these same lives over and over and over again. And I think that's really the issue is that, and Joe Dispenza says that a lot too, is breaking the familiar because our bodies, our minds, every move we make is almost like we're on autopilot. We wake up, go to the bathroom, get a cup of coffee, get in the car, drive to work, see the same people, do the same thing, come back home, drink a couple beers or watch Netflix or whatever we do, or call your friend, talk to them on the phone for an hour, complain about the day. And if we keep reliving those same stories and situations over and over again, then we keep reliving those same situations over. Nothing's going to change. You got to step out of your comfort zone. But your mind doesn't have to necessarily believe it. It just has to be okay with it. And that's why, and I've said this a million times. I think I said this in the first video on this channel, which now we have over 250, by the way. You, right before you go to sleep and right after you wake up, we're still in alpha and theta, kind of alpha theta brain waves. And in that space, in that brainwave space, our minds accept things without questioning it. Once we get into beta, which is our functional day to day, we got to talk to people, we got to deal with, pay our bills, got to go to work, got to do whatever. Once it's in that, our brains don't really accept it. But when you catch it right before sleep, right before waking, or right after you awake, your brain accepts things. And when you visualize, like, this is normal, just visualize it being normal, comfortable. Don't get all excited. I know Joe Dispenza says to get, like, build. That's another thing. Your brain can sense false when you're pushing it, like false belief. You can't trick the universe to who you are. You don't get what you want, you get who you are. And you can't trick the universe. You can't trick, because the universe is God and God is you. God lives inside of us. We are one part of the great I am. We all are. And you only get what you believe you deserve. And that's, you know what? You could look at that as a curse, or you could look at it as a blessing. And you know what? In the Bible, it says, "Today I set before you blessings and curses. Choose blessings." That's out of the Old Testament. It's true. Choose the blessings, because you can choose the curses and complain all day, or you can choose the blessings and look at the gifts and the beauty of this world and where you're at, even if it's a tough. Man, I've been in tough places. All right, I've been in, like, real tough places. I get it. Is it easy? No. Does it suck? You bet. But you can. But you can still look for the best in it, and just keep believing the best and expecting the best. And by expecting it, I don't mean to, like, wake up each day and check on things, because that's another thing. If you're looking for it in the 3D, then you're not really being it. Because if you're being it, then you already believe you have it. You already believe it's yours, or that it's coming to you. Say it however you want. It's all semantics at that point. You already have it. I believe it's already mine and it's coming to me. Either way, that's not important. But I just want to let everyone know, I don't know, whoever watches this, that we're here to encourage you. We write music, we speak the truth about life and the things we've been through, addiction and overcoming it, and moving to a different country, overcoming financial problems, money coming out of nowhere a couple times, eh, more than a couple, more than a couple times. But yeah, and yeah, you could do that too. But you know what? Quit pushing, man, and quit making your brain think it has to believe it. It doesn't have to believe it. It just has to be comfortable with the possibility of it happening. There's a difference. There's a difference. Just be comfortable with the possibility of it happening, and your brain will stop fighting against it and coming up with ways to sabotage you. it's it's pretty it's actually the opposite of everything we've ever been taught. If anybody ever watched Seinfeld, when George did the opposite, yeah, kind of like that. I love that episode. Uh, yeah, check out the opposite. It's an episode of Seinfeld. It's very funny. But you know what? There's truth in it. It's another thing. If you watch movies and old TV shows and stuff, not even just old, even now, you see things and hear things where these people know about this law of assumption, law of attraction, the law of being. The law of not trying too hard. You know, Seinfeld was supposed to be canceled for like every year for the first 3 years. And then in the fourth year, the fourth season, it finally took off. But every year it was on the cusp of like, do we keep the show? Do we not? And I watched an interview with Louise Dreyfus, whatever her name is. I don't know how to say it. The girl who played Elaine. And she said, you know what? If Jerry seemed nervous, it would have been hard to keep going because every year we thought we were going to be, it was going to be our last year. But Jerry stayed confident and just had fun with it and enjoyed the fact that they even had a show at all. And I think that's what we need to do. Enjoy the fact that we have a show at all. Enjoy the fact that you woke up today. Enjoy the fact that you have a life. Enjoy the things that are good in your life. Everybody has some good things in their life. And I think as we do that and rest in the fact that we are one with the great I am, creator of heaven and earth, of all that's seen and unseen, things just start coming to us because faith is really what every religion's about. And when God knows you trust them, uh, then they start trusting you a little bit more. And I think things just come to you easier because you're not so desperate. Desperation, you know, I read a thing a long time ago when I was writing music and I was living in Nashville, and it said, desperation breeds inspiration. Well, that could be true in some cases, but I got to tell you, desperation breeds desperation and fear and anxiety and worry. And those things chase off your dreams. If you're chasing your dreams so hard that you're in desperation, you're scaring it away. It's just like a person. If you're chasing some girl or some guy around, they're going to run away from you. If you're chasing money around, money's going to run away from you. If you're chasing a job that you really want, I tried out for, I'm not going to say I tried out. I interviewed for a job that I really wanted twice with this really big company. And I was an x ray radiographer, whatever, technologist. And I interviewed with one of the biggest companies in the world twice and didn't get the job. And you know why? Because I wanted it really bad and it paid really good. Yeah. So would it increase the pay that I was getting by like 3 times at least? And it was, to me, see, my mind wasn't comfortable with that. That my mind was like, no, that's not safe. What would that do? Plus, I had to move. I was going to have to move to Chicago or something. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I got a little bit of a sinus situation going on here. But yeah, it's so, I think relax into it, rest into it, and just believe it's going to happen. And don't try to convince your mind. The more you push to convince your mind, the more your mind deflects it and rejects it. And just rest into the fact that, hey, yeah, that can happen. That's possible. Why not? Why not me? Why not my mother getting healed? Why not my dog getting better? You know. And on that note, I'm going to show a picture of our beautiful pet Kiki, and maybe Pops too. We have 2 cats that we moved them over here with us from America. It was more expensive to bring the cats here than it was to bring us here, which is insanity, but that's the truth. So I know I rambled. I hope you like it. If you don't, that's okay. If you do, comment, say something, subscribe, whatever. Peace and love, man. Peace and love.